Nah, but yeah, man. So a lot of activity that's been going on with the industry.
Yeah, they passed that law you was talking about. Was the last episode?
Very fast.
Yeah, they passed that real fast.
Very fast. And actually, once I posted that, someone who's a part of that community, they actually DM'd me, and they asked me specifically. They said, I see you say like a couple. I see you said a couple of things about the the LGBTQ community. Like, do you really have like a big problem with them? And I was like, no, I actually don't. I just have a problem with their agenda. I have a problem with the agenda that's being pushed.
Who said that? Like, who said it?
It was a random follower.
Oh, I don't know him.
Nah.
Oh,
nah.
I was about to say, who said that?
Nah. It was a random follower, but then I explained it, and actually what I thought was gonna happen, total opposite happened. She was like, oh, okay, I wanted to ask you because like a lot of the things you say, I'm a part of that community, but I agree with. I understand where you be coming from. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because she said she was just bi, so it was like she on both sides of the fence anyway. So it's like she just understands. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it's like again, it's the push. It's like, guys, relax, man. What's like relax. Vegans don't even go this hard. Vegetarians, they don't. Not anymore, at least. So, yeah, man, that law got pushed very fast though, and just so you guys know what we're referencing is the law about protecting, and it's about same-sex marriage and interracial marriage. So apparently, I'm gonna dig deeper. Apparently, there are states that don't fuck with that. I didn't know that.
But the difference is no one has been stopped from getting married because they was interracial.
Right.
Because we would have heard about that. You
absolutely right. We would have, but then why did you guys add that in there? What happened that we don't know about to make y'all have to put that in there too? Like,
I see what you're saying, but take slavery into effect.
Yeah.
Slavery is still in the Constitution, where slavery is legal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see people. Well, people are enslaved. They call prisoners.
Right.
But you don't see slaves nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely right about that. But yeah, man. And what I had said about it is like they protecting and legalizing that. We've been fighting to get weed legal for. I know it's not the same thing.
No. I'm glad you said that because that's how a lot of people gonna think. But y'all just missing one simple thing. Weed isn't passed because the two parties aren't agreeing on it.
Mm-hmm.
The two parties agreed on that.
Yeah.
They agreed on that. That's why it got passed so quick, because they agreed. So it low key is surprising to me. That's the biggest thing for me. Like how fast they agreed on something that I actually thought. I know the House has been backing it for a long time, but something that I actually thought Republicans in the Senate was like completely against. Finally just fell through, like damn near out of the sky. No,
that was off the wall to me. That's all. That was off the wall to me.
Because you gotta understand. You know this. What do you have to do when you go to the courthouse to get married? Like, was one of the things to get that certificate to get sent in the mail? Like, what's one thing you gotta do before you leave out of there? Gotta pay. You gotta pay for it. So now imagine if 1 million fucking people gotta pay $100 to get married. Boom. Economy, boom.
it's like it's politics, man. Like you gotta look past this surface shit, and then you realize ain't nothing wrong with them getting married at all, man. My fucking rent might go down because they can get married now.
So then, why not do that same thing for me?
Because they make more money when you gotta fucking when they get you in jail for it, they already make money off having you in the bed.
You
They make money off the court fees. They make money off goddamn employing people to catch you for this, employing people to watch you once you get locked up for it. It's like more money could be made on that end versus okay, weed get legalized, not everybody can do it. It's like fucking like corner stores and shit. Like the quality of it ain't gonna be what it need to be, and it ain't gonna be able to be regulated like how they want to regulate it. Because at the end of the day, I can report to you that my store got 100 P's, but I really got 200.
Okay.
It's still drug. I just think weed needs to be decriminalized. You don't have to make it legal, but just decriminalize it. Like you just make it the way it's like fucking jaywalking. You can't go to jail for that shit. You get a citation, whatever, but you can't go to jail for it.
Right.
Just decriminalize it, because at the end of the day, I don't want it to get to 2040 and like the only way I could buy some weed is by going into a store. Like I still, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I would like that luxury to just go in the store, like the store open at 7, okay, boom, boom, and I'm going.
Fact.
I would appreciate that. I actually, you know what? I recant. I want that.
Let me bring that back.
Decriminalize it, allow it in all states, but probably put it in like, you know, like the major cities like the Miami, the fucking Orlando, you know, the Atlantas. Like, you know, the major places of the city. I mean, you can regulate it if that's if that's what y'all really want to do. Regulate it.
You can. They can regulate it. Just, you know, if you get caught with whatever amount you're not supposed to be with, that's your ass. Because you should have followed the rules. Like getting caught speeding, like getting caught running the red light. It's either you got caught or you didn't. Type shit. So, man, that was that part. Yeah, the little law. Congratulations to same-sex marriage and interracial marriage. You know, one step closer to the equal rights that mankind is looking for. How far do you think we is from the black community getting what they need? What do you, bro? What do you think the black community deserves from the government, if anything? Because I see all the time people say, well, that we deserve reparations and stuff. I have many questions now. What do you think we should get? Who do you think should get it? Like, for real.
When it comes to reparations, I put it like this: all black people not struggling.
Absolutely true.
So it's like to give 200,000, well, not 200,000. That's just the number that's floating around. But me personally, to give money to somebody just because they're a race and they already doing straight, I feel like that's stupid. I just feel like that's stupid because it's white people on the street that ain't got nothing, black people on the street, Chinese people, it's all type of people that's in fucked up situations that can use the money.
Right.
So when it comes to the whole reparations thing, I don't care about that. If you really want to do something, alright, you see who black. You can't just do it like that though, because somebody could be a black Bahamian / Jamaican. People didn't have to go through this. That was over there, or they could be from the Virgin Islands. Like they people probably didn't have to go through this. They people probably Haitian, and they went through that whole revolution. So it's like you will have to track back who's the actual ancestor. That's just gonna cost money, and where they gonna most likely get the money from, the money they supposed to pay us with. That's just logical. So it's me personally, reparations is cool, But I feel like we could just use the pay it forward system. Like, all right, you know, this many generations, yeah, we couldn't get the money, but what we could do now, any person of this descent, your college free. You do not ever have to worry about paying for college. Like, this person of this descent, whenever you go on the car lot, you will never have to pay more than this much, of your interest rate will never exceed this. Like, give us breaks in fucking life. Like, fucking lump sum of money that niggas don't, excuse my language, but people ain't gonna know what to do with it. They're gonna wind up giving it right back to the government. Man, listen, I'm of black descent and I want this apartment. I don't have to put a down payment down in my first 6 months of free. Mm-hmm. Like, give us incentives. Money is cool, because I know a lot of people gonna argue, oh, keep your money, give me incentives. That's what I want, incentives.
No, that's facts. Cause the Indians didn't get a lump sum. They don't pay taxes. I mean, not Indians. Native Americans. I apologize. Native Americans. Native Americans, they don't pay taxes.
Get their own land.
They don't pay taxes. They get their own land. And it's like that's you don't hear
and
nothing else.
What a lot of people really don't speak of, they police their own land. Our police don't police their land. Our police can't police their land. They're sovereign people basically. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even think like a motherfucker could even prosecute them in court type shit.
Like, I go through all their own justice system.
I believe so. I
wonder what that would be like.
That's what a sovereign. I don't know if you remember. 42 Doug tried to say he was a sovereign citizen to try to beat the case.
Well, what was he basing that off of? Like, what was his descent? You know?
No, he was bullshit. He just threw that out there like that. I'm a sovereign citizen, and that was the, not the backlash he received, but that was what Charleston White said. He said, nigga, even if they grant you the sovereignty that you asking for, you have to leave the United States because you don't claim no sovereignty that's in here. You're not a Native American, so where you gonna go? You gotta leave the country. So it's like,
gots to think it through, my boy.
Yeah, gots to. But yeah, that's that. Shit.
I don't know. That was that. I ain't.
How you feel about like podcast on podcast beef?
Like, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna say it because I feel this is how I feel, man. Podcasting is the new rap. Podcasting is the new rap. And that being said,
Yeah.
once enough people are doing it, somebody gonna say something about somebody.
True. I feel like if you in the game of talking, how could you be surprised or offended or even there are certain things you could be upset about, but like I always say, it's like if you go into the game knowing I'm not gonna get offended if you talk about my baby mama. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna get offended if you talk about my kids. I don't care if you talk about my dead homies. Like, if you go into the game knowing the shit people gonna do to get you out of character, that's what you need to know. I'm not gonna respond to that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, personally, I feel like the podcast beef, I feel like it's very corny. Cause it's like, you guys know all this shit gonna amount to is views at the end of the day. So that's why you really press upload. Cause y'all could have called each other something like
and that's facts. That is facts. But that's why I say, bruh, it's the new rap game now. It's a new rap game because
imagine they start like really dropping deals for this shit. Cause they are dropping deals, but imagine if it's like
for real. Cause we can get this uploaded on Spotify and Pandora got a podcast station. Apple got a podcast. It's the whole app.
Amazon.
Exactly. So it's like
Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
them boys, Gilly and them got the $100 million.
From Barstool. That was an endorsement. That was an endorsement.
That's like, that's major, man. That's major. Clap it up for them boys, man. Shit, cause that's major. But nah, when it,
I want to take $100 million deal though. Personally.
even if it's just an endorsement.
From what Kanye going through, from what Kanye is going through, and from what Floyd Mayweather said,
Okay, yeah.
it's like, before I let another nigga endorse me, nah.
Just do it yourself.
Yeah, or like, my brand will endorse it. So my brand will get, not me. Like, no, this is a brand deal for my brand. Like, that's something that has nothing to do with me. This is my brand that you endorsing. I could put anybody in front of that camera. It don't have to be me. They from my brand. So I feel like, nah, but shit, in the current situation I am in now, I would be a fool not to take 100 M's that come across my face. But if I got 100,000 in the bank, nah, I'm not taking 100 M's. Nah, I ain't taking it. If I got enough money to where I don't even need to be doing what I'm doing right now, what the fuck I'm gonna take that for? That's gonna tie me into a deal, because I realize about myself, I'm indecisive. I want to do this one day, then I don't want to do it the next day. So a nigga like me signing any type of deal,
Yeah. You sign on to a contract, and next day you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a job.
yeah, and I ain't gonna perform. Hey, so how about the NBA changing the name of the awards to players? The MVP award is called the Michael Jordan Award now.
Why not?
It's cool, but that's like, it's weird to see that. Like, it's weird to see that. It's really weird to see that, because like, I think when it comes to sports, they do that shit too much. Like,
Putting names on stuff.
yeah, like, it be a million motherfuckers that played the game, but all they want to do is talk about the same five every single day. It's like, bro, tell me about the people that scored the points when he wasn't scoring. Like, I ain't saying they should get an award, but I'm saying, like, what more does Jordan need? What more does Magic Johnson need? Like, what more do these, like, homage is homage. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like, man, I'm Samuel Maxwell. I don't want to win the Michael Jordan Award. I want to win the MVP. That's what I want to win, the MVP. I don't want to win the Michael Jordan Award. Like, that's just me.
I ain't much gonna lie. If I'm being honest, I would have thought that they would have been gave it a name, to be honest. Because just like you said,
They did that in college. Like, that's why it's not that big of a deal to me, because they got it in college. The Lombardi Trophy, the fucking
Lombardi
Eric
is-
Dickerson.
Lombardi
What?
is
No,
the
what?
NFL, ain't it?
No,
That's the
yeah,
Super Bowl.
that's a Super Bowl, but it's, I think it's a Lambert or something in college. It might be Lambert.
I know about the Heisman. They got the Heisman Trophy
But
too.
nah, they have
That's-
like actual names, like the Dickerson Award is like a defensive award in college.
Yeah.
So them shits got like, they had different names from when NCAA was around.
Yeah. Nah, but when it comes to that, Michael, I honestly,
It's cool to me. I just think like, come on, we gotta leave something original about the game. And I'm not even a basketball fan, and I feel like, I don't know, like, y'all could have left that like that part of the game the same, you know? Because everything, like you said, everything changed. Nothing the same. So
I feel what you're saying, and my thing about it is also, he's still alive. He's still alive too, and I feel like that's an honor you get if you die.
well, that's a great point, because majority of Majority of the names, they are all